Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred and welcome to my channel where you can see some videos and guides on this free-to-play game called Marvel Heroes Omega. If you like this sort of guide, do check out the link at the description below. I'll organize the latest guide for you to watch by heroes and by topic as well. Today let's talk about Kitty Pryde, and as always I'll divide my video into three portions. The first one is overview, talking about her from the veteran perspective, also from a new player perspective. Second part is to deep dive onto her talent, trait and power, just to share with you how I come about the build, and if you would like to deviate and do something different, feel free to do so. My job is to give you the knowledge to have confidence to do whatever you want to do. The third one is just to play a little bit of Cosmic Terminal to showcase to you how she plays, like in case you would like to unlock her. Alright, now let's talk about the overview point of view. So after the biggest update ever, Kitty Pryde has changed somewhat. So prior to the update, there are a couple of things. If you recall, the build that I used was a Lockheed build, meaning that I'll use Lockheed, do a little bit of range, a little bit of like energy kind of like damage. But then I'll also use Kitty Pryde as the melee kind of like enabler. So it was fun, a little bit of not hit action. The second build I used for raid is the pure melee without Lockheed. So that was the two. Those were the two kind of viable build out there. I don't think there was anything else beyond these two. Specialization wise, I think those two are the most viable one. Now after biggest update ever, so how do I think about Kitty Pryde? I think. Well, it's a bit sad that she lost her teleport. So, in the past, if you recall, she can teleport through different places and was really, really nice. But now, no more, of course. Now, the Lockheed build, I think more or less is gone. I've gone through the whole numbers to it. I took away all the gear, just like what I've done for one of the heroes. Can't remember which one. I've actually looked down all the power that all the numbers behind it and so on, and I realized that really the Lockheed build is just too much resource management and just not enough reward. So that build completely is gone. But if you are really like the build, you could still play a little bit on that. But it's just not the kind of like things I would like to do. So now that left only one build, which is pure melee. Pure melee after the biggest update ever I believe is exactly the same. Maybe a little bit different, slightly options out there, but it's basically the same thing, which could be good as well if you are comfortable with the pure melee in the past. Then this particular video is on the pure it's a melee build, which is very much the only viable build I can think of when it comes to Kitty Pryde. Now, but the good thing about this, after the biggest update ever, if there's only one slight good thing about the Kitty Pryde is that there are some options. You could actually use power to, like, there's another extra power to buff Kitty Pryde, just like a lot of other heroes these days. You can pop the power and suddenly become awesome for a short while. Like Fury, for example. But in the end, I didn't use that because I just can't fit that into the hotbar, which is very limited when it comes to what the heroes can do. So in the end, good news for those who like Lockheed, like myself, and if you would like to play the melee build, then you could actually play melee with the Lockheed as well. The Lockheed will passively kind of like deal range and energy power. So it could mean that your kind of like hybrid gear is still intact because it does proc the both. I've checked, but just that after the biggest update ever, the whole thing is moving towards the to archetype and all attribute. So hybrid build, usually I'll start to stay away from it if possible, and because of that, then you need to also rethink about your whole gearing strategy kind of thing. Now, the last point is that why the Lockheed build is no longer viable is also because now it's tightly coupled to the whole buddy system. If you recall, there was before biggest updates ever, if you use Lockheed, you may want to use a buddy system, but I did not because from a number perspective, from the way that it synergized, I didn't feel that I like the buddy system. I like the true hybrid kind of like, a little bit of melee, a little bit execute, a little bit of everything, but it's just one of those things that after the biggest update ever, the build just not quite there. But that's fine. I've got melee, I've got Lockheed. So it's not at all bad. It's all right if you like the whole melee kind of like gameplay. So that concludes my thought on it, and the next bit is really about the power, trait, and talent. Now, this build is really a melee build, and let's start with the trait first. So her trait is a fighting intelligence hero. So whatever you do, just stack on fighting, stack on intelligence. Your infinity system should follow accordingly. Crit hit damage is her trait. That's a good trait to have. Lockheed wise is if you play this build, you just think about Lockheed as just one of the pets that Kitty Pryde has. There's nothing you can do with him. Lockheed itself, even the whole energy, Lockheed energy means nothing at all. It's kind of weird though, because rarely you can find a hero, probably like Deadpool, that you can just do anything without consideration of the resource at all. There's no resource management. So she's one of those heroes for this build, just like Deadpool. You do not need to worry about all the energy at all. There are other options as well, but I would say that I'll just use the Lockheed. Lockheed can do damage called fire speed. The damage is quite minimal. If at all, I mean, I don't really rely on that as the as anything, but just for me to prop my hybrid gear, and also I'll just like have some cost to it. At the end of the day, I mean, Lockheed will start to fire, when you start to fight. So as you can see, I mean, your resource is barely drained down at all. So it's one of those things that you probably do not need to care about in any case. So yeah, so that's Lockheed. Just keep firing. Good stuff. Good boy. The rest of it is very simple. The rest of the build is that you do not pick anything to do with Lockheed basically. So there's one that watch your step or facing samurai increase the crit damage by 40% for 5 seconds kind of thing. So watch your step or facing samurai. I have got the facing samurai and the watch your step. So those two are the opening. So watch your step is very nice. You can drag the whole thing down. It drag the mob down, and then the other one is from down to up. So usually those two are my combo. Watch your step and the facing samurai is the one that both I would like to buff. It's wonderful. Those are buff, the two of them. Next one, Heartbreaker, deal 1% more damage per 1% of health, missing kind of like missing health, and Logan style as well, always crit. Now Heartbreaker is the one that is Logan style has an execute to it. They'll go something like that. Alright, so that's Logan style. Heartbreaker is the one with the heart there. It's also like that. So I can't tell the difference between the two. One, and then the other one is two. But yeah, it's the same. So the good thing about these two is that both are execute function. So I'm having two execute together. It's nice. It's nice because now I buff both at the same time. The next tier is that sword power. Have better damage, and also whatever the I got a discipline strike as well. Quicksand becomes Shadowcat. Period and discipline strike and Shadowcat period are swap power. So what it really means, a lot of words there, I don't like words, but what it really means is that picking this talent will transform some of the power into just swap power. So for example, it becomes a discipline strike, this becomes a swap power to benefit from the crit, 5% crit as well as 5% power damage. The Shadowcat period is kind of nice as well. It goes something like that. Hang on, let me see whether I can demonstrate it nicely here. So it's just like just one kick like that, right? Okay, so that is the one. But the good thing about that is that if you start with that, then you have the bleed as well, because this one is a bleed. So I'm just wondering why I can only do it once. Okay, so 1, 2. So just now I thought I can only do it one. Funny. So this one is good because it gives me a bleed. Now, why bleed is important? Well, because Kitty Pryde, traditionally, I gear her on the hybrid, and hybrid is actually quite poor in the whole crit and brutal part of it because I use a power cosmic instead of a Gungnir. So the naturally is quite bad, but because of my artifact, I have a Sabertooth Fury main that give me quite an insane amount of crit for 30 seconds after I use the bleed power, which is the Shadowcat's period. That's why I use this one. Very, very relevant to the build. Last but not the least, I further buff my Shadowcat's period because usually I go in, if I'm going cold, like first time go in, I'll just like I'll make sure I proc this guy ASAP, so that my crit are all pumped up in a sense. So if you do that, my friend, you'll be Excellent. Well, now the last thing is just a signature. Signature is nothing but invulnerable for 2.1 seconds, and you just spam the 1 power like 1, 2, 3. It's one of the most silly kind of like signature ever. But that's about it. Can you kind of like modify from this build? I don't know, man. I mean, I've been thinking a lot on this one. I think the watch your step and also the facing samurai are probably a must to couple them together. The Nogan style and the Heartbreaker is also two of them that are coupled together. You know, Shadowcat period is something that I think is rather nice to have. In the event whereby you have no crit issue and say that, well, I don't really need that one, I think you could do something out, but because of how this tool is like budgeted for both the Shadowcat period, I strongly suggest you stick with this one. That means there's nothing else for another options. I think there's something like just a face, which is to buff certain things, and you can use like other things to buff, like for example, this become invulnerable and stuff like that. So that could be one option instead of like Shadowcat period. You can have the just a face here, or there's enough power that I believe that consume all the Lockheed energy to do something. Okay, so this is another one that you could actually forget about Lockheed, but you have Shadow and Frame become consuming all the energy and buff all the power. So this one become a buff itself. So that's one option. So like I say, the build is kind of like very, very fixed in some sense. After the biggest update ever, really, people think that biggest update ever give you a lot of build variety. I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot since 2013. I mean, it doesn't give me more option. It's just actually limited my option. I could actually do this one. I could actually do this one. But hey, I lose like 2 talent, kind of like like full buff on things. So it doesn't really, I can't really win there. So I hope that gives you some idea of what she's like. And the next bit of the video really is to play a little bit about the Cosmic Terminal. All right. This is Cosmic Daily Build with Kitty Pryde using mostly pre 2.0 gear. I haven't really been farming a lot lately for many good reasons. So I still prefer to run this terminal mainly because I would like to see if I could get something for my Black Bolt, kind of thing. Yep, so that is done, rather effective. And I just need to go and quick send them, and the flying is just very, very hard, very, very hard. Okay. So, it's nice, it pulls everything, and, well, actually everything dies. Rather effective. I'm considering giving her a grade 80 legendary. See. So that's done. I think that's all. I think I may give her a grade 80 legendary. So after the Omega patch is out, I think I may want to level her up a little bit. And yeah. Die! Where's my team up? Yeah, so there. So that's done. I'm just waiting for my. This is pretty funky. Okay, so that is done. Go in. See, it's nice. Oh man. So that's done. A splinter, rare commodity. Okay, so now I just want to be serious a little bit. Shocker. I would just he bubble up, right? So there's nothing you can do. Okay, buff my crit, then drag him down, then Logan style, then after that. Okay, just do a signature. So it's very, very tanky in some sense. Bubble up. Whee! That is drag it in. Ooh, why I missed this one, huh? Whee! Then period, and that's it, done. Now I've got a medallion, see whether it's any good or not. Well, it's pretty rubbish. As most of the loot in this game. Okay, so now next bit is the... Who is this guy? Octopus, is it? Alright, it's not as annoying as the... well, at least it doesn't kill my... What? It doesn't kill my team up with this guy. Quicksand. Facing Samurai. Then Logan style. Let's get out. Period. Ooh. That was like, what am I doing? He got like a halfway pull underneath the thing. Very funny. Well, it's kind of fun. I mean, Kitty Pryde has a lot of like utility. Okay, maybe another one. Ooh, hit there, man. Okay, that's done. Junks. Let's see the next bit. Ooh, no. Don't get stuck at the corner. Wonderful. Oh man. Ooh, I thought I avoided it, huh? Yeah, okay. Get the idea. Yep, he keep going down. Oh man, annoying. That's it. The problem is that the execute sometime will miss. I mean, I know it missed in a sense because I can see it. Well, that is well, I wasted my signature because of the fact that it has just gone underneath. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't really like it because of the whole lag thingy. Even if I could spot it, sometimes it just mobility update. Sometimes still get the nerve. Okay, next bit. Yeah, because I was just saying that because of the lag, sometimes it bubble up and signature is like you commit to it. What else can you do, right? Okay, 1, 2, create, and after that go signature. 1, 2, then 2. Ooh, okay, so did I? Well, I think I just did avoided it. What? Well, I just eat everything, like phase tank everything. This guy is super annoying, man, this punk. Last one, well, second last actually. I think you spam it yourself, you actually have better result, I suppose. Whee! That's it. Out. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Last one is Vulcan. Voucher. I'm going to use the ultimate here called Soul Sword. But I need to make sure that I'm aiming it correctly because it's really fast and sometimes I just miss it. Yeah. Cutscene. So as always, I need to dive in, pop some of this like crit stuff thing, and this guy is going to beam me. What can I do? Well, she's rather strong actually. Done. What have I got? One unique, which is kind of rubbish because unique is going away after the Omega patch that may come in after the October. Okay, so I hope you've got an idea how she plays like Kitty Pryde. I hope you kind of like what you're seeing. If you've kind of like the melee build, I think very much like what you experienced before in the before the biggest update ever. So I'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Bye.